Welcome to East Tennessee Pinball. Well, I finally pulled out this Captain kit. I worked on this thing like a year ago and then it kind of got put in the back. And I'm tired of doing the playfield swap. I'm tired of working on Elvira. These things are like the most fun thing to work on. You know, I can't make any money really working on them, but that's all right. If I was wanting to make money, I'd still be working at UT. So I think I'm going to spend the rest of the day monkeying around with this. It's been so long, I don't even remember exactly where I left off. I know it's broke, as Joe likes to say. I guess I'll plug it in. Oh, there's a jumper wire I had hooked up. Oh, yeah, I've got that's the, I don't know what you call it, the aiming board, that this little stylus for the gun that runs up on there. So I was monkeying around with that. Must have had a bad lead or a suspected bad lead. I don't know. So this is what happens when I let it sit, because I have to restart where I was at, and it's going to take me an hour or two to figure out what I was working on when I stopped. So anyway, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to plug it in, try to play a few games, and kind of see. I may have to put it back together just to get it to fail so I can see what I was doing. So I was going to reinstall all this, and I realized that this little, I think it's called a stylus. I don't know. I'm going to call it a stylus. I don't know if I can film this. Hard to. There's this little, get it over here. There, now you can see it. There should be a spring in there, so there was not, and that thing was held down. So I put that washer on there, and this is the male part that goes inside, and that is a WC drop target spring it's actually an expansion spring, but I made it a compression. I just pulled it apart, and it's about the right diameter. So I'm gonna put it on there. And I think the way this works is when that board is in place, because the board is down about like that. Oh, shoot, and that's a little bit too much. I'm gonna cut a few turns off this thing. It's a little bit too powerful. I'll make it a little bit shorter. But basically, that is held down, or basically held up by this bracket here, and that board goes right above it, so that keeps a good pressure, so you get a good contact between this, which is one side of your gun trigger, and the board, which is the other side, this board here, which has the rivets on it. It's hard to see any of this, but I'm gonna shorten the spring up and throw it back in there. So now you can see it's in there, and that board is gonna be, it basically screws on the bottom of this plate, so you can see that that's gonna be compressed about half an inch. So that's gonna be, if I can get my finger in there, it's gonna be down about like that. So that'll have some good pressure on there. So we'll get this board, stick it in there. We'll fire this dude up, see what happens. Well, I've got it in here, but I've got this harness on the wrong side of this arm here, which means I can't steer left. But I'm probably end up taking this thing out another 5 or 6 times before this is done. So I'm going to just act like it's on the other side of there for now, and fire this dude up, and we'll go from there. So we're plugged in, turned on. Nothing there. Okay, so that doesn't work. I saw a start back here. Nothing there. Oh, start control. There's start. The time is at 10, not at 0. Seems like things are happening. Let's pull the trigger. Okay, the time's going, the shots, if I pull the trigger, every time I pull the trigger that's going up, I'm not hitting anything, but no scores. Oh, I do remember that, like you get to a certain time and then the flags start going, and it's squeaky as hell. I'm just gonna let it go here. Those flags sound awful. How long does this go? I thought I had a timer. Maybe it's. Thought it was shots. Oh, it went to 99 and back to 90. So that doesn't seem right. I'm just gonna keep shooting. I got the trigger pulled in. Okay, 21 shots. Yeah, it says 20 shots per dime. I think I snuck an extra one in there. For extra shoot until time reaches 60, maximum of 35 shots. So you can get extra shots. So it's supposed to time out at 60 seconds. It's not timing out at 60. The timer is not running over 100. Maybe it can't run over 100 because there's no 100 digits. So maybe that's normal. Should never get that high anyway. And the start's not working. And the gun's not aiming, but that doesn't bother me because I didn't even come close to setting that up. I think first thing I'm going to try to do is get this to work. I would like that switch to work. So I've got schematics here. I do remember these are super simple schematics. So I'm going to lay them out and try to find that switch and figure out why this game's not starting with that switch. So there's that 10-cent coin switch. So I should be able to, that credit button's in the same line, but it's also got score top relay. I guess that's if you earn a free game. I don't think it has a credit relay like a pinball machine where you can earn credits. It's like you can earn one and it's just a relay, but it doesn't have a wheel, I guess. So the only other thing, it's got a tilt switch and a score motor relay. I'm thinking tilt switch, coin tilt switch. So that's a tilt switch, not a. That's probably a physical, like I don't know if it's a pin, or maybe a coin door, like a slam tilt. Coin tilt. So that's probably on the coin door. Let me look at. So this looks like it should be normally closed, and I guess you could say it's normally closed, but it's not tight. I think I'll just put a jumper on. Well, let's just do this. I'll just hold it and hit that. Still nothing. I'm going to jumper it real quick. Okay, I got it jumpered. You don't have to worry about this because I've got the 2 leads jumpered there. So, where's the... So this is the other switch here. Oh, well, that could be the problem too. Oh, got the coin lock out there. Okay, so now it's probably gonna do something. Maybe, well. Okay, so that, yeah, I'm sure that was working before and I just left it off. Okay. So we're at 40 seconds, so the forward time did not reset. So, so apparently that's only used for the start, that coin switch, that tilt relay. I don't know, kind of weird. Or tilt switch. And this thing goes forever. I'll just turn it off and turn it on again. There we go. Okay, so that part's done. So I still need to adjust this because I'm pretty sure that's a coin lockout relay. Still happy. Close, all the mech is gone. You see that's not. I'm gonna adjust that real quick. Take care of that. All right, took care of that. I really don't want to go into these score reels. That's probably why I left this game a year ago or whenever it was. These are not fun. They've got the motors and the clutches and all that, but it's going to have to be done probably. Maybe I'll save that for later. How about we try to see if we can get some scoring going. So I'm going to have to take that plate off again, get this on the other side of that arm, and then try to get it aimed so I can hit a rivet or a target if you like. So we got that board up with the cable on the other side. My aiming was way off, but I just kept spray and pray, and I got 150 points. So it's hitting something. I hit that center pirate there that goes back and forth, and I hit a couple flags. I never hit the little round thing. Maybe I'll just play again. Maybe I just didn't hit it, or maybe it's not scoring. Went to 35 points or 35 shots. I think it's supposed to only go to 30. No, wait, 20 shots. For extra shots, shoot until, I don't know. Shoot until time reaches 60, maximum of 35 shots, 20 shots for a dime. So how do you earn the extra ones? I don't understand. I'm sure there's a way to get extra shots. Well, I'm not positive, but I think so. I'm going to just do it again here. We'll play it. Now what? So if I hold down this, it will go all... So when I hold this down, so one of those relays is not staying fully latched. If I hold it down, everything will reset properly. If I just do it click, it'll stay down for a little bit and it'll kind of pop up. So one of the relays has got a bad contact. So I think I'm shooting high. I don't know, maybe I'm shooting low. Okay. Actually, I'm shooting up like that, I think. I'm gonna try to focus on trying to hit some of these parrots with the spinny thingies. Oh, I got one, okay. So at 31, it's still going. 34. See if it stops at 60. This game may just need a lot of exercise. Hey, it stopped at 60. Yeah, it needs a little exercise, that's all. A lot based on the sounds. I don't understand the 20 shots. It's not doing the 20 shots. Maybe I need to dig up. Well, I don't. Besides this, I mean, I guess I could read this and try to figure out how many shots you're supposed to get. It might be clear on the schematics. It might not. Or I could watch a YouTube video and cheat a little bit. Top this score. So that's okay. That's the high score to date or something like that. So I guess first thing I need to do is I need to get this aimed. So to aim this thing, there are these here, which, well, I got to loosen. There's this one here, and there's another one diagonal. I think there's supposed to be 4, but I've only got 2 of them. And with the diagonal, it gets it pretty decent, but you can see that board is kind of sprung a little bit. But there's that one, and there's this one, which basically moves this board around so that stylus lines up with the little brass little electrodes on there, if you can see those. Yeah, you can see them there. So that's how it kind of knows what you're pointing at. So, and see, like that pirate there, if you look down below, it also has those electrodes down below it. So as it's moving across, basically it goes through that stylus, it goes through the trigger, through that stylus, through the little electrodes down there, and that completes the circuit. So that's how it knows what you're pointing at. And the same thing for those birds. So it's really not continuous. There's places where you, like that pirate there, I guess, like in between there, you can't hit it, like in between each, because there's a gap between each little pad. So I think there's probably times when it's unavailable to shoot at for just a little microsecond as it goes between those individual pads. I'd guess that's the case. I guess that's the case also for the rotating, and probably for the flags that go up and down. It's probably a similar thing. Otherwise, how would they know? You know, it's got to be discrete on where it's at. It's not actually continuous. It's all those little electrodes. And we should be able to see those. Yeah, see on the sides, that straight line, that's for when those flags go up. So yeah, it's the best I could do, you know, pretty good. You gotta put a little laser on the top of this thing. People like that have never seen inside one of these things, they see this and they're like, how the heck does that work? Just don't even tell them. Just tell them it's magic. Okay, I'm gonna try to get this gun aligned. So what I did was I took the rotating one with all the parrots, and I got one of them that's at the very top, right top dead center, and I've got my gun pointed right at it. So now I'm gonna go underneath and put this board such that the stylus is pointing at the little brad or the electrode or whatever that's in also the very top of that dome there, which is that very top center spot. So that's my plan here anyway. I got some better light in here, but oh my gosh, see, I'm not even close. You see that board's got to go away from us quite a bit. See, it's not even close to it. It's got to be shifted, so I got to run these things out to push that board that way. And get this one over here. Oh, that's not too far off. Back it up a little bit. Now I'm going to make sure I'm pointing at the center one. It's kind of hard. I thought that was going to be easy, but there's a million of them. I'm going to have to get a screwdriver or something and count them. Something I can do it. I'm going to do this off camera. So I got a magic marker there and mark that top dead center one. So I'm going to put the gun, the stylus for it, with a shadow for my watch lens, and right where I don't want it. If we can get it on there. That's about there. Let's see what we're aiming at. Oh, we're not too far off. Up and to the right, just a little bit. So I think the easier thing to do is point this at the bird. That's pointing at the bird. And now we've got to put the stylus back on that same dot. I can't really hold the camera and do this, so I'm just going to do it. That's what it looks like. So I've got to move it back towards us in both references, in the X and the Y. Okay, I got that centered up pretty good right there. Oh, my gun slid a little bit. There we go. I'm back in line. I can see get y'all down looking down the sights. I need to adjust a little bit more. Wrong way. I get the other side. There we go. All right, so now I've done the two sides, but I don't know if they're, so I'm gonna try to rotate it and see if it stays on that circumference. Well, shoot. Now that should be one that's on the bottom right. It's a little low, not too bad. There's so much, not only so much I can do. I don't know if this, so my question is do I have this thing kind of cattywampus? That's going to mess everything up. Let me put it on the other side. See if it's, Django's making monkey noises. It's a little low also. That's just going to have to be the way it is. Django, it's okay. You don't get to eat them today. Okay, so let me I'm pointing that pirate dude. If he was right at the center, that'd be a good shot for him. So let me see if I'm lined up for him. Yeah, pretty close. I'm on the rivet. So I'm gonna say it's aimed, at least a first pass. I'm gonna play another game, see if I can score some points. Okay. I think. Oh yeah, let's see if I can just keep nailing him. Nope. Yep. Oh, he's juking at me. Okay. Well, 240. I finally found a spot, so I don't know. There could be some of my electrodes are not working underneath here because there's a wire for every one of those. Could be dirt, grime, Jones plugs. I've cleaned a lot of the Jones plugs. I've cleaned all the pads in previous videos. I believe I did all that. It could be sucky aiming too. I'm gonna play a few more. Well, considerably better. 660. Supposed to stop at 60 seconds. 61. It's getting better. 29 shots. A maximum of 35. I think this thing is, like Ronnie says, this thing is Christining. This thing is Christining. Shouldn't set your sodas on the game. Don't ever do that on my game in a location. I will freak out. I like I'm a total asshole. But you know, it's my game in my shop, so still shouldn't do it. This is actually like a countertop linoleum. It's probably fine. Still don't like it. So I'm gonna beat 660 here. Dang, I almost got a fourth digit. 750. And we're down to 60 seconds. It's not running on as bad. 31 shots. I don't understand the shots. I don't understand it. I'm gonna give up on the shots. I was beating the hell out of that pirate there, and then I shot both flags. I haven't been, okay, the flags and the pirates are 50, and the other ones are 30. You know, if you wanted to, you could just, on the spinning wheel, just find a good spot, go tink, 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 and just do that. Maybe I'll play a game like that. Well, I missed a couple of times. Yeah, I don't think you can get as many points because they're only 30 instead of 50. You gotta, if you want to get the big points, you got to go for the pirate or the flags. And so the pirate starts off easy, and then he starts jigging, jagging a lot. And then the two flags come up, the pirate goes away, and then the pirate comes back again. So it's like, and in the meantime, if you're crossing the screen, if you shoot one of the ships or the parrots, that's kind of good too. But I only got 570 on that one. I'm not getting all my shots done. So I'm gonna do this again now that it's working a little bit better. And I'm just gonna hold down the trigger and just hold all my. So I'm just shooting in front of that pirate. Beating the hell out of that pirate. Hell, this is gonna be my best game yet. 750, 35 shots. So I didn't use all my time. I just ran out of shots. But that's right, 35 shots. So this thing is definitely Christining. And I haven't done anything to that. So the score reels, they've got to have some kind of sensing system to know what score they're at. So they're running and they're cleaning themselves up and they're getting better. One of the last videos I put in that LED based black light. It's pretty cool. It's really black lighty. I don't know how well it films, but the black light is very prominent. All right, I just played another game and I didn't miss a single parrot or pirate ship. 760 points. 60 seconds, 27 shots. That's as many. I guess I could have run it back. I should have started because it goes counterclockwise. I could have gotten an extra 4, and I would have had the shots to get at least 3 of them, or actually all 4 of them, 4 at a time. So I could have got a few more points. But still, getting 1,000, man, that'd be tough on this game. Very tough. Of course, it wasn't supposed to be easy, right? So I'm pretty confident the main pirate down there, that's working. I can hit him all over. The steering wheel, all the stuff on there, the helm, it's also working. The flags, I can hit them periodically, but not reliably. I don't think it's the electrodes on here because they're nice and clear. I don't know how well. I don't know where the registers are on here. I guess they're on this wheel here. I have taken those apart and cleaned, or I don't know if I took them apart, but I cleaned them. But I think it's not. I don't think they're quite reliable. So I think I'm gonna do some more cleaning on this game. I'm pretty. Let's see what these. Yeah, I've cleaned all those. This thing is just like it's pretty ratty looking, or pretty rough. It's kind of amazing it still works actually. I'm gonna try to get it working a little bit better. I hope that string there doesn't break because that'd be kind of a pain. So I'm more proud than the score, 800. I really want to get 1,000, but I got 60 and 35, so I totally optimized my time versus shots because I thought that was the end on both of them. So that I'm proud of. It's good. That's my best score yet, and that's because I optimized it. I was taking my time, but not too much time, you know. Thing is Christining for sure. I haven't gone and cleaned those again, the flags. I know I cleaned them once before, but just them running up and down, they're clean and they're clean. I mean, they just keep running. They go, they just run back and forth and back and forth. So the score reels are like almost every time now. They fully reset. I really don't want to dig into these, and I don't think I'm going to. I don't know what I'm going to do with this game. It looks pretty ratty. I don't want to mess with painting it, and I mean, I could clean it. Haven't cleaned it. Maybe I'll take a few minutes and just try to clean it. But a lot of it, the paint is just literally just falling off of it. I mean, you can't scrub very hard like that. That's just like it's just falling off. You know, like this stuff. It's just like cobwebs and paint and. You know, there's not much to do. Yeah, it's rough. Kind of is what it is, I think. Kind of want to get a dime mech. I think I've got a dime mech. That would be pretty slick. And it's even got the coin box in here too. Nah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Find myself a dime mech. I think I've got some. Well, I found a dime mech. Unfortunately, I don't have a dime. I do have a penny. Penny goes in, press the reject button. Reject button's a little stiff. It rejects those little chintzy people when I'm trying to rip off the game. So that works. I don't see any reason why the dime wouldn't work. Fall through there, hit it. I don't know. I'll try it. I got to get it down first. I did some scrubbing and cleaning, and I don't know if you remember how bad it looked before, but it looks considerably better. I mean, it's not good, but it's not as bad as it was. That's all I'd say. This looks a lot better. I mean, this just like makes you not feel grungy. Last gun game, I took the barrel off and re-blued it. I'm not going to do that. It's a lot of effort. These are kind of cool. Old Remington 22s. They're real Remington 22s. They've been defeated, you know. They can't shoot, but they bought them from Remington. A bolt action kid's rifle, or they chopped off the barrel or something. But they're the real McCoy. So again, I don't know what I'm going to do with this dang thing. I kind of like it. I may stick in it needs some play is what it really needs. It needs like It needs to go in the arcade and be played 1,000 times, and I think this thing would be like gold after that. It really needs to be played again and again and again and again. And it needs to be in like played 100 times and then lubricate some of the mechs, played 100 times, lubricate the mechs, and kind of get that oil and grease worked into some of those mechs, because they're squeaky and nasty, and they're rusty. A lot of moving parts, and I have done that in the past. And you know, you see all there's bearings and gears, and it needs, yes, you see right there, Django, right there. That needs a little oil right there. All those little shafts, yes. So anyway, I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna play a few more games. And yes, Django. I know when I'm pointing stuff, you think I'm pointing for food, but it's not always food for you. Not always. Anyway, I'm gonna keep working at this, and we'll see where I get in the next 30 minutes or so. So I spent some more time on this, oiled everything's up. It's getting better. It's getting better. I played a couple more games. I was wanting to get the back door for this, and then I was like, I'm not sure I have the back door for this. So I'm gonna go back. I'm looking in the wrong place. I need to go back and watch a video and see if I ever had a back door. I may have to just make one. So I'm gonna go watch my first video on this and see if I had one. I just watched a little bit of the first video, and either the door was missing or I never had it, or I already taken it off for the video. So I'm gonna look around the shop, see if I've got one, because that's easier than cutting a piece of plywood. I had some plywood in the back, got that cut. I was just gonna screw that in. And I'm really itching to get a dime. I have to wait on that, but don't think I'm gonna do too much more with this. It's kind of like gouge right there. I don't think I'll do anything with that. I don't think I'll leave it. This one's just gonna be a patina build. Yeah, that's what the car guys say. Oh, I never did clean that because I put that on afterwards. Maybe I'll clean that real quick. That's way better. Not, that didn't clean up at all. That's just like rust coming in underneath the paint. So, you know, it is what it is. The rest of it cleaned up quite a bit. I mean, I don't know if y'all can tell, but a lot. There's some remnants, looks like some old masking tape. I'd probably come off with a whole lot of scrubbing. I'm not motivated for that. Some more on the back. I'm definitely not motivated for the tape on the back. You see there's a little bit left. Yeah, some more stains. That would probably come up too. I just did a real quick pass. Missed a spot. That's what the whole thing looked like right there. That little dirt spot. I missed that one. So I might go back and get that. But the whole thing was that nasty. So anyway, I think I'm gonna call this one, I don't know if I'd call it good, but better. Let's just say it's better. Kind of feeling that way about this game. I'm just going to stick it in the corner and play it every now and then. I think that's what I'll do with it. Somebody comes in here and really wants it, they can have it. I think I dig it, especially now. That's what I was wanting to get, is that back window in there, so I can see how cool it looks with it dark. Yes, that's the way it's supposed to look. Get all the, if I could get the glare. If I could get it really dark in the room and get the glare off, so you're not seeing the reflection of the gun and everything and me. But I've got the window coming in the front light. And the window, the light coming in the front window. How about that? There, if I put that's what it looks like. It's pretty dang good. You can't see all that dirt and grime and nastiness. And I got rid of all those squeaks. I just went down there, and there's so many little shivs and everything for all those little cables, and some of them, it really wasn't the driven ones, it was ones in the back that you couldn't reach. I probably didn't oil them the first time, but I pulled that whole board out, reached back there and oiled those pivots for those shivs in the very back, and they're not squeaking anymore. So yeah, I'm gonna call this one. All right. It's done, not to be touched ever again, at least maybe not by me, until it breaks, and that won't be too long probably. If it sits for 6 months, it won't work at the beginning. At least it would have to be played a while. Those score reels are kind of nasty. They probably ought to be taken apart, but I'm not going to do it. Continuous play is great for them. Anyway, if you like this video, click like, subscribe. If you didn't watch the first there's a 2 or 3. I'll put them in the comment section. That's where all the majority of the work was done on this one. I had it almost done when I abandoned it last time. I got busy with some other stuff, and then I just hadn't got back to it. And this thing's been sitting there forever, and Django's like, giving, hey, what about the gun? What about the gun? What about the gun? I've seen you do stuff, really neat stuff with those guns. The little squirrelies, they become much easier to catch. Yes, he's seen that. He's seen it. Oh, he knows. He knows. These things, he sees one of these, and he's like, ooh, meat bags. That's what he thinks. Oh, he's like, don't even touch me. He's like, I'm all business right now. Don't even try to pet me. Yeah, you said the word. You touched the pew pew. Anyway, I'll see y'all on the next one. Cheers. Adios. So I did one more thing to this game. I put this chain on here. I had this from the last gun game I did. I could tell where somebody had it screwed, and then somebody else, like, them damn kids came in here, yanked the damn gun off. So he through-bolted it, so I through-bolted this one too. They broke the chain, apparently, so this chain is an upgrade from the previous chain. It's a little stouter. Just put a rivet in here in the top to hold that. There was a rivet originally. I put another rivet in there. So just got to get a dime. I need a dime. Anybody got a dime? I really want to try this out. Got a dime, Django? 9 minutes. 9 minutes will go. 9 minutes. In just a little bit.